Building Brand Jamaica means representing what unites us as a people at the highest level as patriotic ambassadors. What's that? It's our music, food, different ethnicities, and our drive to create a better Jamaica for future generations. We must now move beyond our differences to embrace the value of our culture and beautiful natural environment by becoming our sisters and brothers keepers. It's a movement of love. One love. Welcome to another Wednesday edition of Jamaica Magazine. I'm so glad you could join us. I'm your host, Adrian Atkins, and let's get right into the show.
Nutritious food, succulent dishes, superior workmanship, and excellent service. Jamaica is on the go. Let's grow what we eat and eat what we grow. Let's harness the indomitable spirit of our most valued resource, our people. Let's support our local businesses. After all, buying Jamaican means building Jamaica.
Are you a resident of St. James? Well, we have an exciting opportunity coming up just for you. Yes, we're inviting residents of St. James to join Prime Minister Andrew Holness for a town hall on housing and land. It's this Thursday, August 31 at Harmony Beach Park. Do join the Prime Minister and his team at 6 p.m. and come ready with your questions and get updated on plans to build a Jamaica. But for now, though, let's join our news team for a roundup of the latest government news.
Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Wednesday, August 30, 2023. Jamaica has welcomed its first floating dock, opening up opportunities for the country to tap into the multi-billion-dollar ship repair and maintenance industry. This will provide dry docking for commercial ships up to 20,000 tons and a range of maintenance and repair services to vessels operating in and around the Caribbean and Central America. The 215-meter-long Panamax-sized dock is due to a private joint venture of German, Turkish, and Jamaican investors to form German Ship Repair Jamaica Limited, GSRJ. It was towed across the Atlantic by the deep-sea tug Titan from its previous home port in Bremerhaven and arrived in Kingston on August 24. The dock is now safely moored at its new home port at the GSRJ shipyard in the Kingston Harbor, where it will be commissioned in the weeks ahead. Since arriving, the floating dock has been registered with the Jamaica Ship Registry, which is administered by the Maritime Authority of Jamaica. It has now been renamed from Dock V to Jam Dock 1. The GSRJ shipyard has been approved as a Special Economic Free Zone under the Jamaica Special Economic Zone Authority (JSEZA) and has been granted all required environmental permits from the National Environment and Planning Agency, NEPA. Chief Executive Officer of GSRJ, Colonel Martin Rickman, says it provides a golden opportunity for local and international vessels to be repaired on the island, which will lift Jamaica's profile in the international maritime sphere. He reveals that international vessels have already been lined up for repair in the newly arrived floating dock. In the meantime, additional local and international skilled staff are being recruited for the shipyard operations. This new industry is expected to generate job opportunities for young Jamaicans in highly skilled technical jobs with international certification. The first Jamaicans who successfully graduated from GSRJ's dual apprenticeship program, which was supported by the Hart NSTA Trust and the Caribbean Maritime University, have been employed by the company. The new GSRJ shipyard is expected to commence operations in the final quarter of 2023. The Ministry of Local Government and Community Development will be providing homes for several residents in North Central Clarendon under its Indigent Support Program. Portfolio Minister Desmond McKenzie made the announcement as he toured the constituency recently. He reveals that 3 cases have so far been identified.
One is ready for action because they have the title for the place and we are going to be moving expeditiously in putting down the housing solution.
In the meantime, he says the ministry will also be looking to repair roads in the area that have deteriorated.
The technical team is going to be working with the municipal corporation for at least to attend to at least one of the roads that we drove on today to see how best, and especially that road that takes the community to the school.
Yes.
I think it is critical. Pinders Valley. I think it is critical, and we're going to be paying attention to that.
For the first time this year, the Ministry of Education and Youth has been able to approve all vacation leave requests from teachers in the public sector. Portfolio Minister Favour Williams made the announcement recently during the 59th annual conference of the Jamaica Teachers Association, JTA. She says 15,000 teachers who applied for an 8-month leave were approved. She gave assurance that the government had devised strategies to manage the resource issues that would result from this necessary move to afford teachers the break they have earned. One of those measures is allowing teachers who choose to offer their services while on leave to their own schools or other institutions.
As you know, we have a facility approved by the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service in which teachers going off on their 4 months or 8 months leave can choose to be their own replacement. And of course, not only will you be paid for your vacation, but you'll also be paid for the engagement at your current remuneration.
Eligible teachers are entitled to 4 months leave with pay for every 5 years of service. The National Family Planning Board, NFPB, is moving to strongly reduce the issue of stigma and discrimination for persons living with HIV through a new public awareness campaign. The Champion for Change campaign will also examine the social construct that has contributed to HIV and AIDS discrimination. The director of the NFPB's Enabling Environment and Human Rights Unit, Carleen Temple-Anderson, gave details at a recent JIS think tank session. Mrs. Temple-Anderson says the government and its partners have done a lot of work to reduce HIV stigma and discrimination, and this campaign will bring a new approach.
Champions for Change is about being your brother's keeper. It's where you can stand up and say, listen, enough is enough. I see you bullying someone. No, stop. Stop bullying this person. It's not fair. It's unreasonable. They have not done anything wrong.
3 Champion for Change ambassadors will support and promote key messages. The initiative will also urge persons to get involved in reducing HIV stigma in their workplaces and communities. And finally, Jamaica is once again the Caribbean's leading destination, winning the award for the 17th consecutive year. Jamaica copped over 30 awards at the 2023 World Travel Awards Caribbean and the Americas during the gala held in St. Lucia last Saturday. Director of Tourism Donovan White led the tourism team that represented Jamaica at the awards ceremony. Some of the most notable awards include the Jamaica Tourist Board winning the Caribbean's leading tourist board award for the 15th consecutive year. Jamaica was also named the Caribbean's leading cruise destination. The Port of Falmouth was voted as the Caribbean's leading cruise port, and the Port of Montego Bay named the Caribbean's leading home port. Minister of Tourism Edmund Bartlett expressed joy at the international validation of Brand Jamaica's worth. He shared his remarks while completing a marketing blitz in Budapest, Hungary. And that's it for JIS News today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.
Jamaica's iconic cultural legacy has the transnational effect of being the energy and life of the party in various other countries across the world. Our reggae music sound waves travel as far as Germany, France, the Ivory Coast, Japan, and so many other countries globally. So as millions come to our shores annually to experience our authentic culture, we want to ensure they enjoy the experience. Learn how the Ministry of Tourism is embarking on that mandate to preserve our tourist experience.
Jamaica is a brand of euphoric excitement that pulsates from the roots of the island. It's the authentic zest of this vibrant experience that draws millions of visitors longing for a taste. It's why the Ministry of Tourism is exploring all possible options to ensure visitors have that safe, secure, and seamless experience. The Ministry of Tourism is on a mission to refine and solidify Jamaica's destination assurance policy through an island-wide consultation tour with stakeholders.
We recognize that tourism cannot happen without a whole constellation of players and partners and experiences.
There is no book that we can look in to find a destination assurance. So when we did the first concept paper, it was out of my head and my PS and our little team. And we literally gave the frame of it to our consultants, and we made afterwards a green paper, and the Cabinet of the Land approved it. And now we are looking to make a white paper that will make Jamaica the first country in the world to have a destination assurance policy.
Jamaica's Destination Assurance Framework and Strategy, DAFS, is a plan that will drive a sustainable shift in the tourism industry. The document will outline a comprehensive plan to safeguard the delivery of high-quality experiences for visitors. The strategy will focus on providing standards for enterprises by ensuring more businesses are licensed, development of a quality management system for businesses operating in the tourism space, protocol for Destination Assurance Council, who monitor the destinations and monitoring the compliance of destination assurance stakeholders. A Destination Assurance Council is being created to lend their expertise in areas such as healthcare, security, and the environment, elements essential to the delivery of a high-quality tourism product.
And therefore, what we are talking about with the Destination Assurance Councils is to set up a team of competent people who can ensure that these critical touch points, which enable a visitor to have a safe, secure, and seamless experience, is in place. Destination assurance is fully predicated on public order, and that the Ministry of Tourism and the tourism sector stand squarely behind the Ministry of National Security to secure and ensure public order in the public spaces of Jamaica.
Reducing visitor harassment, ensuring proper disposal of solid waste, and maintaining order in resort areas are top priorities of the policy. The feedback from tourism stakeholders throughout the public consultations will guide the inclusivity of the policy. Minister Bartlett will present the Destination Assurance Framework and Strategy as a white paper in Parliament for approval. Destination assurance will also be included in the broader tourism strategy and action plan for Jamaica. The ministry is developing the strategy in partnership with the Inter-American Development Bank (IDB) and stakeholders from various industries.
So destination assurance is about giving that confidence to the market that our promise cannot be second-guessed. That when you come to Jamaica, you will have a safe, secure, and seamless experience.
Jamaica's tourism industry is driven by hardworking ambassadors across various sectors. Learn how the Tourism Enhancement Fund, TEF, is strengthening Jamaica's tourism labor market through one particular program.
It was a very good experience. It was a very comfortable environment. It was very interactive. It opened my mind to to what to expect within the industry. I am Dereka Williamson. I was a participant of the Tourism Job Readiness Programme. I participated in this program December of 2022, where I received a double certification under American Hotel and Lodging Association, along with HEART, NSTA Trust. So I was certified as a hospitality team member.
The Ministry of Tourism designed the Job Readiness Programme to help the sector recover from the labour fallout caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. It was rolled out in November 2022, with the first cohort receiving free certified training in hospitality, customer service, health and safety, and other areas. Director of the Jamaica Centre for Tourism Innovation, JCTI, Carol Rose Brown, explains how the program prepares persons for employment in the industry.
The Job Readiness Program had two components. The HEART NSTA Trust is one of our partners. They developed a job readiness program for the tourism sector specifically. Candidates are invited to take that course, and at the end of it, they'll have an NCT vet certificate. The second part of the course, people were able to take one of two courses, either a customer service course or a food safety course. And at the end of each of those courses, they'd have a certificate from the American Hotel and Lodging Educational Institute, who is another of our partners, our international partner in this regard. So at the end of the Job Readiness Program, which is over 3 days, 3.5 days maybe, candidates will have at least 2 important certifications in tourism.
Ms. Brown says there was positive feedback on the first cohort, but they wanted more participants to sign up and complete the training. It's why the program is being revamped for the 2023-2024 financial year.
We have commissioned a study of workers. This survey will include workers who have returned to the sector and persons who have not. We are attempting to understand something about what challenges, what obstacles potential employees see, and how they would want us to resolve, to react to treat these problems. That is one approach.
Initiatives such as the Tourism Pension Plan and information sharing on the vast career pool in tourism are among several efforts used to assure Jamaica's long-term labour capital.
Tourism has evolved from being a seasonal business where people work for a few weeks or a few months and were on furlough until the next season. Tourism is now a year-round business. It therefore provides people with a better kind of life. They have more consistent opportunities to earn consistent income through the year, proper working conditions. Our job is to help to see to it that Jamaica's employees are better off. Our goal, therefore, is to ensure that these employees are prepared with internationally benchmarked credentials and certification so that they can deliver the promise of quality service that Brand Jamaica is known for.
The approach to reimagining the tourism labour market is one that Mr. Edmund Bartlett is leading through what's called TEAM, the Travel Employment Expansion Mandate.
The very base of our consideration was how do we reimagine the labour market arrangement, create an ecosystem around employment that enables both the employer and the employee to get a balance that provides, one, security on both sides.
Yeah.
But certainly, because tourism is known historically to be seasonal employment, the issue of tenure became very, very important. So we have to look at that.
In anticipation of the new format of the Tourism Job Readiness Programme, more is being done to change the approach to working in the industry.
So that is the goal, to ensure that our workers have internationally benchmarked certification and are able to attract higher salaries, better terms and conditions of work, and a position of respect and regard.
I'm looking forward for us not to be viewed only as a tourism island, but this is our culture. So it's not that we're doing it because of tourism, we're doing it because it's our culture. So I want the world to see us as that. We're just doing us. So yes, I do plan to take up advanced studies in the tourism field. I am currently pursuing a bachelor's degree in hospitality and tourism management. My career goal is not only to be established within the hospitality and tourism industry, but to eventually have a business that I own personally, to even provide more employment opportunities.
All motorists, pedestrians, private and public operators, motorcyclists, it is important for us to drive defensively. Driving defensively saves lives, and we know that lives are most important to each and every one of us. It is important also to be trained and certified as a defensive driver, for it increases the likelihood that you'll prevent collisions on our roadways.
We close today's show with a look at two extraordinary women who are shaping their own career paths in the field of hydrology. Take a look.
History and perhaps culture have kept many women a rung lower on the professional ladder and firmly planted in fields once deemed a man's domain. But more women are going beyond the expected and dismantling these stereotypical norms. One of the biggest areas in which they're going beyond the unseen rules guiding gender and professional expectations is hydrology.
Hi, I'm Alexia Gray and I'm a woman in hydrology.
Hi, my name is Natalie Hutchings and I'm a hydrogeologist at the Water Resources Authority. And yes, I'm a woman.
I ended up being a hydrologist completely by accident, by serendipity. I wanted to do engineering when I finished high school, but I didn't get into the program when I first applied. So I enrolled in geology and physics classes in my first year at university, and the rest is history.
As a hydrogeologist, some of my routine work includes wells and stream flow monitoring and measurements. I also do water quality sampling, and I create maps and do reports. So essentially my work takes me traveling around Jamaica in search for water sources. Hydrogeology was something I've always wanted to do. So from high school I wanted to be a geologist. So I went to UWI to do geology. And then that led me into a career at the WRA, where now I work in water. And I've come to appreciate water as the most invaluable natural resource on Earth.
Despite ideas of progress not always matching parity, or the whole narrative of what's a man's or a woman's job, what these women are doing is significantly impacting lives right across the country.
The Water Resources Authority has three main roles. We investigate queries about new and existing water sources or resources. We collect data in terms of stream flow and quality, and we also allocate water to users such as the NWC, which is our biggest user, and other entities.
In order to allocate water, we would have to have an understanding of how much water is available. So we would do data collection such as flow measurements or well measurements and understand how much water is available to see how much water is in demand, and then we do the calculations. So where there is a deficit, water is usually supplied from areas where there's a surplus to balance things out.
For these women, their duties also expand to providing responses in times of drought.
The key to drought resiliency is improved capture and storage of water. Jamaica has more than enough water to serve its population. However, our problem is that we do not capture enough of it and we do not have enough storage for the population. So the key is to capture it, reduce leaks, and to build more storage, install tanks, build more dams and other types of reservoirs.
They're also testing and assessing the quality of our groundwater while keeping us all in the know.
Jamaica's groundwater quality is generally good. It meets the ambient standard, the national ambient standard. Ambient meaning doesn't need any treatment, right? However, there are a few basins that are contaminated due to pollution or saltwater intrusion. But for the most part across the island, our groundwater is pretty good for domestic use. However, for agricultural and industrial users, they may need to treat their water to international standards depending on what they're going to use it for.
And as for their perception on why the profession of hydrology or hydrogeology remains a male-dominated field?
For a hydrologist or hydrogeologist, being out in the field means doing physical and practical tasks. It usually includes long drives out of town, hiking through river valleys, over hills in search for water. The profession is usually male-dominated because we live in a society and a culture where men are usually seen as physically stronger, and they also require less security in the field.
Women were not allowed to work, we were not even allowed to become educated to do these jobs. So that has been changing with changing attitudes of both men and women. It's improving, but we have a far way to go.
And just like these two female hydrologists, many women are stepping into diverse professions and are changing the old narrative to craft their own stories.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Do join us again tomorrow for another informative edition of Jamaica Magazine. You can find more content like this on our website at jis.gov.jm. Don't forget to send your feedback on today's show or any of our programs via email to jamaicamagazine@jis.gov.jm. On behalf of the entire production team, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Walk good.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.